Thank you for joining me for this walking meditation. Bringing movement into this meditation may feel different for you. It may be easier or more challenging to find stillness in your mind. We will observe those differences without judgment. Preparing yourself for your walk, whether it's indoors on a treadmill or outdoors in a space that makes you comfortable, begin to move at the pace that you plan to remain for the duration of this walking meditation. Begin to bring your attention to your breath, keeping that breath moving in and out through the nose. Notice where in the body the breath is headed, seeing if you can send that deep into the belly, filling the lungs, oxygenating the tissues as they move, and exhaling completely, ridding the body of any stagnant air before repeating the cycle again. Begin to notice how many steps you take during an inhale. Maybe it's 4, 7, or 10, depending on the depth of the breath and the pace of your walk. As you settle on a typical number, see if you can match that same number of steps on your exhale to your inhale. We'll check back in with the breath as we go, noticing if you've maintained the same pace of your steps and the depth of your breath. Bring your attention now to the pace of your thoughts, noticing if the mind is racing or is relatively clear, and perhaps assigning a number, 1 to 10, to the pace of your thoughts. 10 being racing thoughts, jumping from topic to topic, and 1 being clear and calm. Coming back to the body. Notice your feet with each step. Notice as your heel strikes the floor, the grass, the pavement, or the tread. Notice how your foot rolls to the toes with each step you take. Notice where you feel the weight in your foot, each foot. Do you notice weight further on the outside of the foot or perhaps on the inner arch, more so than the other? Do you notice that you keep weight in one foot longer than the other? Moving up the body, bring your attention to the ankles and the fronts of the shins. Become aware of the degree of movement in the front of the ankle and the effort of the muscle running along the shin bone with each step you take. Notice the knees. What degree of movement do you see in each knee? Imagine the muscles behind the calf, on top of the thigh, as they stretch and contract with each step you take and with each flex of the knee. Bring your attention to your hips. Notice the relative stillness or rocking motion of the hips with each step. Become aware of the degree of motion of the thigh bone moving in the hip socket with each step as you propel yourself forward. Notice the length of each stride. Much like weight in each foot, the length of each step, similar on both sides. Bringing your attention back into your chest space, check back in with your breath. Where in the body is it flowing now? Have you maintained that same depth, filling the belly? Check back in with the number of steps per inhale and exhale. Has your pace increased? Has the depth of your breath changed? Check back in with the pace of your thoughts. Would you rate the pace of your thoughts the same as you did at the beginning of this walking meditation? Bring your attention to your hands. Notice, are the fingers straight and rigid, or perhaps balled into a fist, or maybe relaxed gently at the sides? Notice the wrists. Are they relaxed, or perhaps holding tension, or maybe even the bar of a stroller, a water bottle, or a phone? What movement do your hands make with each step alongside the body? Are they swinging? Are they relatively still? Are they in coordination with each step, or perhaps doing their own thing? Notice the posture of your shoulders as you walk. It's your center of gravity over your hips. As your chest leaning forward, center of mass. like you're ready to go. Or perhaps lagging behind, as if your hips are pulling you along. Finally, bring your attention to your head, noticing its space relative to the rest of your body. Is your head stacked over your spine, crown reaching up? Or do you notice a downward glance, a tuck of the chin? Notice how the position of the head and neck affects where the breath flows, if it influences any constriction as you inhale and exhale. Bringing your attention to the face, notice the eyes. Where does their gaze fall most often? Far down the path ahead of you. Perhaps there are animals or plants alongside you. Or maybe to the numbers tracking the distance you've walked on a treadmill, or even your watch. Does your gaze feel firm and unchanging? Or soft and easily swayed? Notice the grip in your jaw. Do you find yourself clenching, holding the tongue to the roof of the mouth? Or perhaps a relaxed, gentle closure of the mouth, maintaining that breath in and out through the nostrils. Begin to notice the body in space, where the clothes rub against your body, any areas that you feel tightness, or perhaps a soft ruffle of loose shorts, maybe the warmth of a sweatshirt. The snugness of the socks and shoes on your feet if you're wearing any, or the texture of the surface beneath you on bare feet. Notice the temperature surrounding you. Where do you feel heat or cool, breeze, or humidity affecting your skin, perhaps your face or hair? Notice how your movement into the air and space in front of you creates its own breeze against your skin. Come back to the breath. Is it still in and out through the nose? Is it still reaching the same depth in the lungs? Are you maintaining the same pace, the same number of steps as you inhale and exhale? Visualize your body moving through the space around you, almost like a heat map. Every time you feel the weight of your body landing with each step, that area lights up. Maybe it's in the soles of the feet. Perhaps it travels up the body to the muscle groups or the joints. And then moving your awareness outside of your body. Imagine that heat map of movement affecting the air around you. The heat of your body, the sway of your arm, and each step affecting your surroundings. Perhaps you continue in this manner, matching the depth of your breath with the number of steps to your inhale and exhale. Perhaps you bring this walk to a close. Either way, notice the attention you've placed in all areas of your body and to your breath with your movement. Consider inviting this attentiveness into other activities in your life. Thank you for joining me for this walk, and thank you for joining me for this meditation.